Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Dorothy. So today I'm going to talk about the week of October 26th, which includes that blue moon, full moon in Taurus, conjunct Uranus. There's a lot to talk about and a lot to unpack for this whole week. So let's get started. So the first thing that I'd like to cover for Monday and Tuesday is that the moon in the sign of Pisces represents us, taking our time, finding that ease, allowing the flow to happen. It's a waxing moon. And when it's in Pisces, we're overly sensitive and really intensely feeling. So if any of that resonates for you, make sure you find that time to go with the flow to begin with. And then if you're feeling overwhelmed and you need to set up some boundaries, because that Pisces energy definitely can let a lot in. And so it's important, if you're feeling overwhelmed, to unplug, detach, put up boundaries, whatever that looks like for you in your life. And that's what we have going on, generally speaking, from Monday and Tuesday. While that moon is in the sign of Pisces, the moon does enter the sign of Aries in the early morning hours of the 28th. So we have all of that going on. Now we have also on Tuesday the 27th, just looking at my ephemeris, Tuesday the 27th, Mercury enters Libra at 9:33 p.m. and Venus enters Libra at 9:44 p.m. Now, that's Eastern time zone, so you'll need to adjust to where you live. But the point is, Mercury is retrograding back. It's going to be at 29 Libra. Venus is moving forward out of Virgo into Libra, 0 Libra, 29 Libra. The brother-sister team are bookends in that energy of Libra. What does that represent? That has a lot to do with the equilibrium, the balance that we're seeking. It shows us incredibly, wildly, loudly how out of balance things are. And we know that. So while these two are in Libra, Mercury will be in Libra for just a short while as he retrogrades back and then moves back out again in another week or two. Venus will be in that sign for about 3 weeks. That's her estimate. And so Venus is in her rulership sign in Libra as well. So boy, oh boy, is this an opportunity for you to find your center, your balance, and your space. And if you're feeling way off of balance and way out of balance, which is typical when we have a lot of Libra energy like this, the scales are out of balance. We need to bring them back in. So find that for yourself. You're not going to find it out in the world. You're going to find it deep within. You're going to find it deep within. So make sure you spend some time this week looking at what that is for you, because it's going to come at us. Those planets, they reflect what's going on in the world. And there's a battleground at this point in time here in the United States and in other places in the world. But, this is, I know, it's maddening. Oh my goodness. But we have the tools. And if you don't have the tools, reach out and get the support you need from the people that you trust. This is what Monday and Tuesday, finding that harmony, going with the flow and putting up the boundaries. Mercury and Venus both coming into Libra from opposite directions. Really, it's a big shout out to what is going on in our world. So find your peace, find your harmony, and that is how we begin this week. Now, once the moon enters the sign of Aries, and that is wee hours of the morning of the 28th of October. Once the moon is in Aries, it will, whenever the moon's in a cardinal sign, it's making connections to the Capricorn planets, and now we have a few planets in Libra, all cardinal signs, right? Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. So there is a lot of activity in those areas. That means whenever the moon is in a cardinal sign, all of those things are going to get activated. So what does that mean specifically? You can read my forecast right here at nhastrologer.com. My blog is up there, and I have, it's a couple 1,000-word article once a week on the specifics. Okay, so you can go read that too, because there's more here, there's more there, there's more everywhere. and even on my Patreon page as well. My Patreon platform, I do a lot of live interactions every month, so you can come and join me there as well. All the links are in the notes below if you're here on YouTube. So what about this moon in Aries? This moon in Aries. So for example, first thing on Wednesday, it's opposite Venus in Libra. And then, later on, it will be opposite Mercury in Libra. But right now, it's opposite Venus in Libra. So the moon in Aries is very self-focused, very much into taking action and not holding back, right? Emotionally, just want to go for it. That's that moon in Aries, especially opposite Venus. So it shows us where we may need to speak up for ourselves, or our partner may do the same. We also have the moon conjunct Mars on the 29th, which is like Mars is a retrograde in Aries, and he's already square the Capricorn planets. So, and he's done that 2 times, almost 3 times for each one of them, right? He's just about to square with Pluto again. So the point, Saturn again, the point of all of this represents, that I need the change. What change am I looking for? The square energy of the moon in Aries, conjunct Mars in Aries, squaring all the Capricorn planets is really intense, because if you're not making the changes that you need to make, then the pressure, you're going to keep feeling the pressure. And that's what these planets are representing. Again, I want to bring it to the personal stuff, that you can look at political things from other people. So what do you want to do? And this is what Wednesday, Thursday, and even into Friday is all about, because that moon will be squaring all the Capricorn things, conjunct the Aries, opposite the Libra. There's not exactly a grand crossing cardinal, but all 4 cardinal signs are being activated right now. That means change is here. That means we need to take action, and especially in those areas in your own chart. So find out where that cardinal cross is in your chart, and you're going to be able to, you already know, come on. If you haven't been paying, if you're watching this, you're paying attention some. If you need more help, let me know. That's my job. But the change has to happen. We're here during these times because we're part of the change. So do what you can internally. I'm not saying you have to go out and, be a big humanitarian. That's for other people. Maybe it is for you. You'll decide. So let's move on to the big news everybody's talking about. It's a blue moon. It's a full moon. It's on Halloween. I know there's not a lot of significance to it, so I don't want to pop your bubble or anything. Here's what a blue moon is, briefly. A blue moon just means we have a full moon, 2 full moons in a calendar month. A calendar is a calendar. It's not based, it's just a calendar. So what's more significant, if I was to look at this, is that like what we have with Venus and Mercury, 2 planets at the beginning and the end of a zodiac sign. So astrologically, a blue moon has no significance. Astrologically, what would be more significant is if we had a full moon at the very beginning of a zodiac sign and a month later the full moon at the very end of a zodiac sign. To me, that has a lot of significance. The calendar is a calendar, doesn't have a lot of significance. So I'm going to pop your bubble on that one. Sorry. You could yell at me, I don't care. It's just the way I see it. What I see, though, the importance of this full moon, of course, is that it is with Uranus. And so let me share that screen. I don't mind sharing the screens. I like doing that. So let's share that screen. So here it is. This is what the full moon looks like here in New Hampshire. It does not represent where the placement is in your city and state or country. This is just for me, but the numbers are all the same, and the full moon is exactly here. It's 8 degrees, 38 minutes, and it is just barely minutes away from conjunct Uranus. So that's what that chart looks like. I'm going to stop the share now. So what does that mean for you and me? So we have to address what the full moon in Taurus represents first. And full moon in Taurus is representing and showing us what it is we love, what it is we value. When the moon is in Taurus, it's in its exaltation, which means it just loves that sign. So what are we going to do? Some of the things that we might be doing without even consciously knowing it, buying more of our comfort foods, going shopping. You know, we're coming into colder weather here where I live, warmer weather where other people live. But the point is, it's like, what's your comfort for this season coming up and this time of year? Blankets, pillows, things that you can feel like you're nesting. Those are the comforts of Taurus, right? And that's really, really important. Now, I want you to go back as well, because this is part of a lunar family. And I'll just briefly talk about this, but I'll go in depth on my Patreon platform. But May 4th, 2019 is when we had the new moon in the same area of Taurus. So that means something that you initiated and began back in May of 2019 has now come to a culminating point. The first quarter of this moon, though, is also his, because there's 4 phases in this lunar family phase. So May 4th, 2019, new moon. What were you initiating? What did you begin in that time period? It's also related to the first quarter moon that was on February 1st of this year. And that was at 12 degrees of Taurus. So again, they're really close in age, in numbers, but that first quarter means something was building, something was growing, something was coming to, you were able to see what you began back 9 months before. And now, 9 months from February, we are now at the full moon in Taurus. And then 9 months later, whoops, I almost hit my recording off. Whoops. 9 months later, we'll have the fourth quarter. But right now, this full moon in Taurus, again, is representing something that is super important that you value a lot. And again, it could be your finances. That's kind of up and down for a lot of people these days. It could be how you feel safe, how you feel secure. And we're going to add in here now the old ways of doing things. Because with this full moon conjunct Uranus, Uranus is that wild card. Uranus wants us to step up and find new ways to do things. It wants us to release those old ways that are not working. It's just like, you know, dragging a ball and chain behind you forever, and all you have to do is slip your foot out of that link. Look at what that is for you. Really, really unplug, detach from all the noise that's distracting you, because you want to make this a conscious choice. You don't want the universe to come in and just really throw a curveball at you. We're already in such an incredible year. I think we're all on edge. We're all living, not all of us, but a lot of us have just a higher, you know, anxiety level. Whatever it is for you, you know, everybody's living a little bit higher on, you know, what am I afraid of? What am I aware of? We're feeling a little, I'm sure this term's for it. I just can't come to my head right now. But look at that and exhale, and 3 times even. I think we all need to do that, don't we? And look at what you value. So look at where 8 degrees of Taurus is for you. And again, that first, the new moon on May 2019, let me look at my notes, was at 14 Taurus, and the first quarter was at 12, and this full moon is at 8. So anywhere between 8 and 14 degrees of Taurus, you know, is quite active, because Uranus is there, and this full moon is illuminating something for you. What house is it in? What's important for you? So look at how you can make a shift and a change before the universe says, no, we really need you to change. So make some conscious efforts. And that is a lot about what this full moon is about with the sun, with Uranus in the sign of Taurus. There's a lot more. Come to my website, nhastrologer.com. Please subscribe and comment, like, and share. And hey, I have an Etsy store too. So that link is below. Come and check out I hunt for beautiful sea glass. My daughter wire wraps it, and we have lots of gorgeous stones and heart rocks and pendants, all based around magic and love. So come and find me there. Again, the links are below. Thank you very much, everybody. Blessings and namaste.